Question 14 is a matrix question. So matrix A is a 2 by 2 matrix, B is a 2 by 2 matrix, and C is a 2 by 2 matrix. And they want us to find what BA plus 2C is. So they're asking us to multiply B times A and then add in 2 times C. Alright, so your calculator can also do this, so we'll switch to that and look at that in a few minutes. But to multiply B times A, multiplying matrices is not very intuitive, so it's not done that before. It does take a little bit of practice. Okay, but I need to multiply. Here's B, here's A, and then I'd like to add 2 times C. 2 times C is going to be a little bit easier. Alright, so to review multiplying matrices, you need to, when you multiply matrices, the order does matter. So we're going to take row by columns. So if you take row 1 times column 1, it's going to give you row 1, column 1 of your answer there. So negative 3 times 1 and 5 times 4. And when you get both those objects, you need to add those together. Now if you take row 1 times column 2, so negative 3 times 2 and 5 times 3, we're going to end up adding those together as well. To find row 2, column 1 of my answer, I need to take row 2 times column 1, so 2 times 1 and negative 1 times 4. Finally, last piece is going to be row 2, column 2, so that gives me a hint to do row 2 times column 2, 2 times 2, negative 1 times 3, and after I do that arithmetic, I've got the 4 elements of this matrix. So add up those 2 parts, and these 2 parts, and these, and those. Now we still need to go back and do this part of the equation. So plus 2 times this matrix, and it works a lot like distribute. If you want to double this matrix, then you're going to double all the elements inside of it. Get this to something that looks like this. And even though this multiplying is not very straightforward, adding and subtracting generally is. So we can just say these two are in the same spots, or corresponding spots, and I would like to add those together. So that should give us 19. Add 9 plus negative 2 gives us a 7. Negative 2 plus negative 2 would give me negative 4. And the 1 and the 2 are in the same spot, so add those together and should get 3. So the matrix with 19, 7, negative 4, and 3 would be my answer. 19, 7, negative 4, and 3. That looks like that is choice A. Now, as I said, you can also do this with the calculator. I'm not really sure which method is going to be faster for this, but it's good for you to go ahead and practice both. So right here in blue, you've got the matrix menu. So if you hit that, all the matrix options come available to you. So left tab is for selecting them. The middle tab has a bunch of different operations you can do with them. And the right tab is where you edit and input those. So if I select A has order of 2 by 2. And there's the objects for it. I do the same thing, but now edit matrix B. It's also a 2 by 2. one more time for matrix C. And again, I'm going to edit because I'm wanting to edit. In just a moment, I'm going to instead use the left column because I'm going to want to select those. Okay, so one more time, go back to the matrix menu and notice A, B, and C are all stored in there now. So what I want to compute is what is B, so select it. Now not the right tab because the right tab is where you edit. I want to be on the left tab now. I need to go to the home screen first. Okay, so now I'm on the home screen where we can do our computations like normal. So now if I go to matrix, put matrix B, times that by matrix A, and add to that 2 times matrix C. Hit enter, gives us some answers, and that does not look right. So I must have mistyped one of these matrices in. Let me go back and check. See, A looks good. Oh, right here in B, this should have been a -3. So let's save that. Go back to the home screen and try again. And there you have it. So same thing that we can get by working it out by hand. It is a little tedious to type all of them in the calculator as well, but it is an option for you.